We have 11 amazing restaurants featuring a wide variety for every price range and appetite. South Point's Garden Buffet has something for everyone at unbeatable prices. Or, if hunger strikes in the middle of the night, join us at Coronado Cafe. The American menu offers breakfast, lunch, or dinner 24 hours a day, plus a Chinese kitchen for authentic Chinese dishes from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. From steak and eggs to wonton soup, it's fast and friendly service 24/7. When you need a quick pick-me-up, you can find it at our state-of-the-art Starbucks just inside the main South Point entrance. Order ahead with the Starbucks app for easy mobile order pickups. Or enjoy your favorites in the relaxing dining area anytime, day or night. If you love Mexican food, Baja Miguel's has all of your south-of-the-border favorites. There are dozens of classics to choose from, like fajitas, ceviche, chimichangas, tacos, and more. And for spirit lovers, Baja's colorful non-smoking tequila bar is right outside.
Hi, I'm Kurt Angle. I represented the United States in the Olympics in 1996 and won a gold medal. Then I parlayed that into a pro wrestling career. I saw a commercial a few years ago.
Tunnel to Towers Foundation made a promise.
The Tunnel to Towers Foundation is paying off the mortgages for Gold Star families with young children. I thought, this is really cool. I want to be a part of it. My dad served in the Army for 30 years. We didn't have a lot of money, but he made sure we had what we needed. He set a great example for all of us. He died in a construction accident my freshman year in high school. When he died, we didn't have any income coming in, and we ended up being forced to move out of our house. I was devastated. So I understand what these families are going through, and to have an organization like Tunnel to Towers come in and pick you up and carry you and give you a home to live in, I think that's just amazing. I'd like to ask you to donate $11 a month to support these efforts by going to t2t.org or calling 1-844-BRAVEST.
The best part of the nighttime racing season at Los Alamitos is here, as the best quarter horses in the nation set to compete in our biggest race, like the Los Alamitos Super Derby, the Champion of Champions, and the Los Alamitos 2 Million Futurity. Plus, the best bets in night racing continue, like our early and late pick fours, always with the best pools at night. And of course, our Pick 6 promos on Sunday nights. The best part of the year is here at Los Alamitos.
The following is a Race Day Las Vegas presentation in association with Siraco Productions Limited on the Race Day Las Vegas Radio Network.
Live from the gaming capital of the world, time for Race Day Las Vegas, covering the sport of kings with a Las Vegas perspective. Now to the race desk with your host, Ralph Siraco.
From the backstretch to the turf club, at the race books and on the internet, to all horse players around the world, a good morning. All righty. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Race Day Las Vegas radio program and the TV streaming at YouTube, right here from Las Vegas, Nevada, your gaming capital, and the South Point Hotel Casino Complex on Las Vegas Boulevard, and, of course, the South Point Streaming Network and Sports Talk 1400 AM here in Las Vegas. Good morning. Welcome to the Saturday show. The Saturday after the Breeders' Cup. This feels like a little bit of a breather weekend, trying to still get past the rippling effects of the big championship last weekend. But we got some great racing. We got some good racing around the country today. I want to remind you about that. And we'll take a look at some of the stakes races today that we didn't yesterday to give you a little bit of insight on some of the stakes races at Aqueduct and one at Churchill Downs and Del Mar as well. So we welcome you to the Race Day show no matter how you get us, whether you get us watching through the South Point Streaming Network at YouTube, our local radio station, Sports Talk 1400 AM, 107.1 FM, any of your podcasting out there, and certainly our websites that carry the shows. And, of course, if you got your iPhone, Android, or Google phone, you can get the apps of those two streaming situations to get you on your phones, your devices, I should say. Does anybody use a phone anymore? Don't think so. All right, anyhow, welcome to the show, however, wherever, whenever you get us, on this Saturday, the 8th day of November. And taking a look at some of the headlines. Now, we were talking about yesterday and really all this week about the horses. Now, this is the time where the Breeders' Cup is done. They make decisions whether the horses are going to be in a sale somewhere, horses of racing sale, which one was from the Breeders' Cup, or if they're going to retire them into their next life, which is either stallion or broodmare, or if they're going to make a decision on racing next year. Now, we're still waiting to find out what Sovereignty is going to do. He's now in his stall at Keeneland, waiting for Godolphin to make that decision. But we know Baeza is coming back. We know journalism is coming back to race next year. And all that is good news. Now, we find out that Gizora, the winner of the Breeders' Cup Filly Mare Turf, is going to stay in America and not be shipped back to Europe. It's going to stay stateside and race in 2026, and has been transferred to the barn of Chad Brown. So Chad Brown's going to have the Breeders' Cup Filly Mare Turf winner in his barn for competition next year. A couple of horses that didn't make the Breeders' Cup, but certainly had a lot to do with racing over this year so far, and certainly had some winners as well. Immersive and Good Cheer, both of those are going to come back in 2026 to race, so we've got that there. Now, John Lindo, of course, broke the news yesterday, as it came out yesterday, that they have decided to retire Mystic Dan. Mystic Dan has been retired. Now, remember, he won the 150th Kentucky Derby a couple of years ago, and he's going to be paraded today at Churchill Downs right after or before the fourth, right around the fourth race. I don't know if it's going to be before or after. He's going to be paraded in the paddock today before he goes to stud and retires. Okay, so Mystic Dan will be out there parading for all the folks at Churchill to see. I would imagine that the simulcast signal will have coverage of that as well. He is, of course, his most memorable moment was the 150th Kentucky Derby win in that dramatic three-horse photo finish with believe it or not, he beat the two Breeders' Cup Classic winners of the next 2 years, right? He beat Sierra Leone, who won the Breeders' Cup Classic last year, and he beat Forever Young, who won the Breeders' Cup Classic this year. Those two in a dramatic photo finish in the 150th Kentucky Derby a couple of years ago. So Mystic Dan gets retired. Earnings of over $4.8 million, 16 lifetime starts, 5 of which were winners. The most important, of course, the Kentucky Derby. He had 3 seconds and a third as well. So Mystic Dan has been retired. All right. And another horse that has been retired that is a legend at Churchill Downs is a horse called Bango. Now, Bango is now 8 years old, okay? And they're going to finally retire him. He is the winningest horse in the history of Churchill Downs. Won more races at Churchill Downs than any horse in history. He won 15 lifetime races out of 42 starts, but 12 of those wins were at Churchill Downs. So congratulations to both Mystic Dan and Bango for some memorable moments on the racetrack at Churchill Downs, and both being retired now. So there you have it. All right, weather. Beautiful day here in Las Vegas. It's 58 degrees outside. We're going to get up to 81 degrees. And all I can tell you, folks, is the weather across the country looks pretty darn good as well. I got to tell you right now that you remember that Jonathan Ardoon was saying that the weather people, the weathermen in New York, said that it was going to rain today at Aqueduct. They blew it. All right? They blew it. They were the 4 to 5 shot that got beat yesterday because the weather is beautiful. Jonathan tells me the weather is beautiful today at Aqueduct, which is a good thing because they have 10 races and 5 stakes races today at Aqueduct. So I'm glad that the weatherman was wrong and that the weather is going to be just great at Aqueduct in New York. But as far as the rest of the weather is concerned, as far as precipitation around the country, really the only weather concerns is right around Iowa, Nebraska, Missouri. Right in there, there's a pocket of rainstorms. But outside of that, everything else is okay. There is a lot of rain on the shore going east up of New York City and like through Boston, etc. But it's already going out to the Atlantic Ocean, so you should be in good shape there. As far as racing around the country, it looks pretty darn good. And as far as the weather temperatures are concerned, Miami's going to be sunny with some clouds, 84 degrees. New York, as I say, is going to be beautiful, sunny, and 65 degrees. Great racing weather at the Aqueduct today. Chicago, a little bit of rain there and 48 degrees. You've got Southern California, 82, with a little bit of that marine layer overcast that will make way through the afternoon to sunshine. That's always good news for racing down there at Del Mar today, 82 degrees there. And as I say, here in Las Vegas, we'll just pitch past the 80-degree mark. We're going to be 81 degrees. We top out at 81 today. Phoenix, Arizona, 82 degrees. And, of course, that is not the hot spot in the country. Again, as you know, and we keep telling you that Brownsville, Texas is the hottest spot in the nation at 93 degrees. All right? Let's take a look at what happened yesterday. All right, yesterday at Aqueduct, Flavien Prat had a couple of more winners yesterday. That guy's been riding hot. He won the third race for Michelle Nevin, paying $9.06 with a horse called Meg's Foxy Gray. Came right back in the fourth race and won with National Identity for Danny Gargan, paying $3.12. And so he won back-to-back third and fourth races. The sixth race winner, $27.54. I'm giving you these prices because the sixth race started out the late pick 5 at Aqueduct, okay? First of the pick 5 winners, $27.54. And the seventh race was the Central Park Stakes, the $150,000 Central Park Stakes. The winner there was Atfield. Ricardo Santana aboard for Tom Morley, paying $9.64, outrunning Noble Dynasty and Honey Dutch, who finished third. The eighth race, winner paid $10.42. The ninth race was the $150,000 Sweet Manor Stakes for 2-year-old fillies on the outer turf at 6 furlongs. And Map of the Moon wins that, closing to get the job done under Axel Concepcion for Kelsey Danner. And that horse paid $23.74. $23.74. And then we get to the last race. The last race winner paid $48.92. Repeating the prices: $27.54, $9.64, $10.42, $23.74, and $48.92. The late pick 5 for 50 cents paid $77,884.99. 77 grand. Putting together those 5 prices in the last 5 races yesterday at Aqueduct. Nobody had 6 in the pick 6, but nobody had 5 either. The 4 out of 6 collected yesterday at Aqueduct, paying $221.87. Carryover today at the Big A. Small, but a carryover today at Aqueduct. All righty. Going to Churchill Downs. Jose Ortiz had 3 wins on the card. He was the riding star of the day. He won the 5th race for Grant Foster at $5.58. That completed the $3,500 plus pick 5. He won the 7th race for Sherry DeVoe's first win of the day, paying $4.10. And then he came back with Sherry DeVoe again in the 8th race. So they teamed up to get 2 wins together. Jose had 3 overall. That winner paid $3.62. It was a maiden race at 1 16th, the 8th race on the card. And all I can tell you, folks, the horse was bet down as the favorite, paid $3.62. Broke out of the gate and almost dwelt. I mean, this horse came out of the gate and was last. I mean, dead last, okay? remained in last position to the half-mile pole, and then made a sweeping move on the turn, still had 4 horses to pick up at the top of the stretch, and did so with panache. This horse swept right by and won, broke last, climbed early in the race, swept and battled to win the race. And the horse's name is Mesquite. Remember the horse's name, Mesquite. That was a solid win there. Pick 6 at Churchill paid a little over $1,300 under the Twin Spires yesterday. And then we get to Del Mar. All I can tell you is at Del Mar, I give you one capsule that will, just explain the entire day of racing on the dirt. Speed favoring. The dirt was speed favoring. So much so that even if you were in the second and third spot turning for home and you couldn't come up the rail, you weren't winning. I mean, from path 2 on out, it looked like you were racing in sand while the other horses were racing on a fast track. That's just the way I saw it. Speed favoring yesterday on the dirt at Del Mar. First race was a turf race, so Hector Barrios won that, paying $9.40. And then the second race paid $8.20, third race paid $7.40, fourth race paid $12 even, and the fifth race paid $12.40. You put all that together, and the early pick 5 paid for over $4,000. I mean, you had two $12 winners. That was it. $4,033.05 to be exact for the early pick 5. And then in the sixth race, Hector Barrios bought a little dirt when at the start his horse was leaping or something. Anyhow, with the start, it had a hold of him, and Hector Barrios fell off the back, and he came off the horse. Kilmer, if you remember, that was John Lindo's pick on the show, Kilmer. So Kilmer lost the ride at the start of the race. The winner, going wire to wire at a mile on the main track, was Flashy Fritz for Edwin Maldonado, for Steve Maiotti, paying $5.60. They took a look at the start to see if this horse might have been declared a non-starter because of the happening at the starting gate. And they kept him as a starter. Now, I saw the head-on a couple of times, and it just looked like the starter, when the gate opened, let go of the horse, but his arm was out because the horse was acting up just before the start, and it looked like he's the one that helped Barrios get knocked off the horse. But they left him as a starter. I'll wait and see what Jonathan Ardoon has to say about that. Seventh race, Steve Maiotti comes back with back-to-back winners. His trained horse won the seventh with Armando Ayuso, paying $5.20. And all in all, yesterday, pick 6 paid $2,824.40. And every dirt race yesterday was on the front end. See ya at Del Mar yesterday. We'll wait and see if that changes today, that bias there from yesterday. All right. We got Jonathan Ardoon with us today, of course. Rich Eng will be with us with a college football pick today as well. John Lindo and Jerry J. And, of course, your racing menu. Don't forget to get to the South Point Studios streaming network at YouTube. Get on our page and start chatting away in the chat box. There's always a lot of fun. Everybody on the chat box just talks to each other and all that stuff. Comments on the show, etc. And if you haven't already joined the chat box, you have to subscribe to do it. But subscription is free. You just get there, you hit subscribe, and then you can start chatting away on the chat box on this Saturday while the horses continue to prepare in the mornings at the racetracks around the country. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
South Point Casino has plenty of attractions for the whole family. Catch a movie. Our 16-screen movie theater includes 2 XD Extreme screens for the ultimate in viewing, sound, and luxury. After the show, treat the family to a variety of treats at our old-fashioned ice cream parlor, Kate's Corner. We scoop up a variety of creamy concoctions, including smoothies, hand-dipped cones, milkshakes, malts, sodas, and sundaes. At Kate's, there's something for everyone. And if you've still got time to spare, our bowling center might be right up your alley. Voted Best of Las Vegas, it's a great place for friends and family fun. 64 lanes, a pro shop, snack bar, and arcade. And while the kids are bowling, you can play slots and sip on a drink in the Alley Cat Lounge while overlooking the lanes. For our more serious and professional bowlers, the South Point is also home to a separate tournament bowling plaza.
The best part of the nighttime racing season at Los Alamitos is here, as the best quarter horses in the nation set to compete in our biggest race, like the Los Alamitos Super Derby, the Champion of Champions, and the Los Alamitos 2 Million Futurity. Plus, the best bets in night racing continue, like our early and late pick fours, always with the best pools at night. And of course, our pick six promos on Sunday nights. The best part of the year is here at Los Alamitos.
Alrighty, back on Race Day Las Vegas. Time to go to your racing menu for today. Reminding you, as we always do, the first post times broadcast on the racing menu each and every day are that of the Pacific time zone. That's where we're at, and that's how they'll roll out in the race book today at the South Point. So come on out and join us at the South Point race book. These first post times are start times in the Pacific time zone. If you're not in it, adjust to it so you don't miss anything like I miss Mom and Dad, okay? Weather should be great around the country for racing today. We begin with the Big A, Aqueduct. Aqueduct has 10 races today, 5 stakes races. They'll roll out like this. The Dwyer Stakes at a mile for 3-year-olds will be the third race on the card. Now, there were 6 entered in this race, 2 scratches, though, 2 late scratches in the Dwyer. They are number 3, Dream On, and number 5, Light Forever. Now, they were 15 and 30 to 1, respectively, in that race. So there'll be 4 horses in the Dwyer, but there are 4 competitive horses in that one. Disco Time is the 6-5 favorite. Tip Top Thomas is 2-1 second choice. All right, then the 4th race is the Pumpkin Pie Stakes at 7 furlongs for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up. Scratch another big 30-1 shot. That is number 4, Maggie's Place is scratched in the race. That'll leave 7 to go. Weigh the Risks is the 9-5 favorite with Manny Franco aboard there. 7th race will be the Hill Prince, the Grade 3 Hill Prince on the inner turf course. And in this race, 9 go to the post, no late scratches in that one. The Mother Goose is the 9th race on the card. The Grade 2 Mother Goose for 3-year-old fillies at a mile and 1/8. No scratches there either yet. And pretty competitive race, though. Even though it's late in the card, it's a competitive race. The morning line favorite in the race is 7-2, and that is Drexel Hill with Ben Curtis. And then the 10th and final race is the Long Island on the inner turf course at fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up at a mile and 3/8. You got a scratch of number 6, Immenstitude, and the 12, Bernie Takes Charge, and the 13, Pure Leon. So numbers 6, 12, and 13 are out of Long Island. That's the 10th race on the card. Now, Aqueduct, as you know, small pick 6 carryover, $22,632, $22,632. 10 races. First post time is at 8:40 this morning at the Big A. All right, Laurel Park has 10 races, a couple of $100,000 stakes races there. The Smart Halo for 2-year-old fillies goes as the 8th, and the James F. Lewis III for 2-year-olds goes as the 9th. So the fillies go in the 8th, and the Colts and Geldings will go in the 9th, both at 6 furlongs. That at Laurel, 10 races at Laurel Park, and a pick 6 jackpot carryover of $3,752. First post time at Laurel set at 9 a.m. 9 a.m. at Laurel. Gulfstream Park. Gulfstream Park has a pick 6 jackpot carryover of $8,215. 11 races today at Gulfstream. 9:20 first post there. Churchill Downs has 11 races today. A couple of nice stakes races. The 10th race is the Dream Supreme. Fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up going 6 furlongs. And in this race, there are 10 in it before any scratches. The favorite at 9-5 is Our Disaster with Jose Ortiz. And then the 11th race is the other stakes race on the card, the River City, the Grade 3 River City at a mile and 1/8 on the turf for 3-year-olds and up. A field of 12 before any scratch. Good competitive, wide-open race, too. This race sees the morning line favorite at 7-2, and that is Chasing the Crown with Tyler Gaffleone. First post time at Churchill Downs today is set at 10 a.m., 10 a.m. at Churchill. Their pick 6 jackpot carryover stands at $209,655. $209,655 in the Pick 6 jackpot carryover at Churchill. First post time for the 11 races set at 10 a.m. Woodbine is coming close to the end of their meet. Woodbine has 3 stakes races today, all at $150,000 a copy. The Maple Leaf will be the 7th race on the card, where there are 7 in the race. 2-1 favorite is Blitz. The 9th race is the Bessarabian. That is at 7 furlongs for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. An overflow field is 16 before any scratches. 2-1 favorite there is Caitlin Her Greatness. And then the 10th race is the Grade 3 Autumn Stakes at 1 mile and 1/8 for 3-year-olds and up. A field of 13 before scratches there. The 5-2 favorite is Fantastic Again with Victor Espinoza up there today at Woodbine to ride the favorite in the autumn. First post time for 11 races at Woodbine. They got a couple of carryovers. Their Pick 6 jackpot carryover, $10,865. Their Super High 5 jackpot carryover, $89,460. 10:05, first post for the 11 races today at Woodbine. Del Mar, where the turf meets the surf. Del Mar has 9 races. The feature race today is the Chosen Vron Stakes. This used to be the Cary Grant Stakes, but now it's the Chosen Vron, the first edition of the Chosen Vron. That's today, the 8th race. 7 furlongs for 3-year-olds and up, a field of 7 before scratches. The 8-5 favorite is Mano Rose with Edwin Maldonado. First post time at Del Mar is at 12:30 for their 9-race card. Delta Downs has 9 races, a couple of $100,000 stakes races. The Delta Mile will be the 6th at a mile, and the Treasure Chest will be the 8th race on the card. Delta Downs, first post time at Delta Downs today is set at 2:45 at Delta Downs today. Charlestown, 8 races. Their stakes race is the My Sister Pearl Stakes. That'll be the 7th on the card. Charlestown has a Pick 6 jackpot carryover of $95,832, and their first post time 4 p.m. for the 8 races at Charlestown. And then we have Remington Park. Remington Park has 9 races, and Remington's first post time is at 4 p.m. We wrap it up in Southern California at Los Alamitos. 6 o'clock, first post at Los Al tonight. And they have 9 races, 1 thoroughbred, 3 mixed breed, and 5 quarter horse races. And the quarter horse stakes race will be the Town Policy. That's the 4th race on the card. First post time at Los Alamitos tonight is set at 6 p.m. for their 9-race card. That's your racing menu today. Now let's get out to Jonathan Hardoon. Jonathan, good morning.
Good morning, Ralph. How are you?
Doing fine, my man. It gives you that fall weather out here, you know, the crisp mornings, etc. Well, I got to get your assessment of the Del Mar racing yesterday. I mean, come on.
It's ridiculous, Ralph. First of all, if you don't have speed and you're not inside, you have 0 chance of winning. And as far as that non-refund, that horse, there's no way they should consider that horse a starter. The assistant starter was leaning over the horse, holding his bridle or whatever on the other side, and the gate sprung open. My question is, there were 3 stewards, and they said it was a unanimous decision. What the hell are they looking at? 3 of them? Not one got it right out of all 3 of them? That was horrible, Ralph. People got robbed. The public got robbed. John Lindo's followers got robbed. It was a shame. It really was.
Well, you know, I looked at it and thought to myself, well, you know, the first time I saw that when they open, you know, they have the head on, and you see the opening and starting gate. So, well, he'll be a non-starter, and everybody will get a refund, and that'll be it. And then when I heard, and then they gave this convoluted explanation of why they thought he was a starter. Come on. Anyhow, that's yesterday. We got to live with the officials that throw the flags. You know, whether it's good or bad, we got to live with it. So. We're going to take a look. I want to take a look at 4 races real quick, and 2 of them are Aqueduct today. Now, we went over the Dwyer and the Mother Goose yesterday, but I wanted just to take a quick look at the Hill Prince, which is the 7th race on the card, at 1 mile and 1/8 on the inner turf course there. 9 are entered, no early scratches so far, and I really do think you like this race.
I do, Ralph. Actually, it's one of my official plays for Race Day Las Vegas. By the way, the weatherman totally blew it. It rained last night, but for 2 hours. It's absolutely beautiful today. And they're on the grass and everything else that goes with it. I like this race, Ralph. I like the number 2 horse in here, Thundering, a 3-year-old gelding from the Patrick Dixon barn. This horse has been at Woodbine, at Delaware. Johnny V rides today. The horse is listed at 12 to 1 on the morning line. I like number 2, Thundering. Let's play some exacta hookups with the 3, Church and State, the 5, Solo Volante, 2 with 3 and 5.
All right. So you like a nice 12 to 1 shot in this race. Number 2, Thundering, with Johnny Velasquez, that's having a banner year today in riding, especially in stakes races, by the way. And you're going to take the 2 over the 3, Church and State, which is 12 to 1. Now remember, your horse is 12 to 1 on the morning line too, and the 5 horse Soleil Volant, who is at 10 to 1. Now I'm going to add a horse in that for me.
Go ahead.
I'm going to put the 9 in the exacta as well. Number 9, Tis Dashing.
And the 9 definitely has a chance. The whole edge in this race is the big favorite in here, Stars and Strides. While she's 3 for 4, her figures are really not as fast as these other horses. She's a vulnerable, short-priced favorite, so that makes the race really bettable.
Well, I'm going to bet you're Thundering, that's for sure, and the exactas will be 3, 5, and I'm going to throw in the 9. I want to also take a look at the Long Island, which is the 10th and final race at 1 mile 3/8 on the inner turf for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up. We got the scratch of the 6, 12, and 13 in the race, but it's a wide-open race. And the morning line favorite of the horses that are left is the 3-horse Beach Bomb with Javier Castellano at 3 to 1.
Yeah, deservedly so, Ralph. She's improving. She's a 5-year-old, but she's really, really good now. She's 3 to 1. It's a full field. You'll get that price, and I think it's a fair price to take on her.
All right. Beach Bomb gets it done, then, you think, in the 10th race, right?
Correct.
I'm going to use the 7 Alluring Angel in there as well, with Kendrick Carmouche in the race.
Fine. Nothing wrong with her.
I just wanted to make that point. That's all. I'm not influencing you to put that horse in. I'm just saying.
I have her on my list. You have my selections for the race. She was one of the exacta hookups.
Oh, okay. She's an exacta hookup for you. Okay, then that's fine. And then at Churchill Downs, I just wanted to go to the River City, which is the last race on the card, the 11th race of the 1 1/8 on the turf. I think this thing is just wide open, and it ends, of course, the pick 5. The late pick 4 and the late and the pick 6. The late pick 5.
Wide open.
Yeah,
wide open betting event. Whatever you do here, I would avoid the favorites because they're no better than anyone else. I like the 2-horse in here, Epic Ride, Luan Machado for John Ennis. This 4-year-old gelding, he's getting good. He's won on the turf already, and I think this horse is going to run a big one here. I like number 2, Epic Ride, to upset and win the 11th race.
All right, now, Jonathan, in addition to Epic Ride in there, Frankie Dettori is riding the 9-horse Leganos. Now, when we got the news that he was going to retire after the Breeders' Cup and go to South Africa to ride or whatever. Now, I don't know. Did his plane get stuck in Louisville and he picked up a mount, or what's the deal here? But in any case,
I don't know. There may be a rider change, but if you remember, he's retired in the past only to come back and ride 3 weeks later. So him retiring, I'm not so sure I'd put so much stock into it.
We will label it the grain of salt retirement. How about that? Take it with a grain of salt. All right. Anyhow, Epic Ride, though, you like there with Luan Machado aboard. And then finally, I want to go to Del Mar, where they renamed the Cary Grant Stakes now to the Chosen Brawn, and that's the 8th race on the card at 7 furlongs, a distance that Chosen Brawn loved to run in and win. And there's 7 in that race, and Mano Rose is the 8-5 favorite in that event.
Yeah, and deservedly so. This 5-year-old gelding has gotten real good. Whether it be on turf or dirt, he handles both of them really well. He's going to have to get the lead and have to get to the inside. You have to hope horses inside him don't park him out if the track, has been playing the way it's been since Breeders' Cup. If you remember Breeders' Cup, it started to get real speedy, and you saw what happened yesterday.
Yeah.
So the only thing that could beat him is the track, but I think he will find his way over. He's got Maldonado, who's as good as anybody out of the gate.
Okay, so, and going over the stakes races, the 1 stakes race that we went over, the 7th race at Aqueduct, the Hill Prince, is your official race day pick as well, and that is number 2, Thundering, in the 7th at Aqueduct, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, we need a pick for Del Mar.
Okay, so we're going to go to the third race today, which is 5 furlongs on the turf. I'm trying to make selections in turf races so I don't have to deal with that track bias. And I like the number 5 horse in here, Please Focus, a 5-year-old gelding from the Georgia Lopez barn. Rider switch today back to Ricky Gonzalez, who's won on this horse in the past. He's listed at 8-1 on the morning line. I think he gets a good trip in here. I like number 5, Please Focus, to upset and win today's third race out at Del Mar.
Okay, in the third race at Del Mar, you like the 5. Please Focus. Let's hope he focuses enough to win the race. The 5 in the third race at 5 furlongs on the turf. Ricky Gonzalez. I tell you what, Hector Barrios is you're always rolling the dice if you don't put him in the turf races. But this Ricky Gonzalez has been riding well and has won a lot of sprint turf races as well. So he's on number 5. Please Focus at 8-1. And Jonathan Hardoon's pick in the third race. Now, don't forget, Jonathan has a full sheet both at Del Mar, at Aqueduct, and at Churchill Downs, right?
Yes, and let's turn yesterday's 2 seconds into a bunch of winners today, because we gave out 2 horses that ran really well, Ralph.
Yeah.
I never, read board or talk afterwards, but both of those horses legitimately should have won those races.
No
But
question
was
about
yesterday.
that. The one race at Aqueduct, I mean, you had a horse that was a nice price too. I thought, what did he close at? 5-6-1, something.
Both of them were 5-1.
5
and
to
they
1.
both ran very well. Yeah.
And he came out of the gate, and 2 horses were dueling on the lead, and he went up and dueled them early. They clicked the first quarter and under 22, 21 and change. And then as they faded completely out, he was left there. The favorite came up, the odds-on favorite came up and battled with him, but he battled back, and he only got beat by a head after that trip, and he was 3 wide in pressing as well. He was definitely a winner. If the jock could have just sat and watched the first 2 just drill each other into the ground, that favorite wouldn't have caught him.
All right, Ralph, stay safe and be well. We'll talk tomorrow. Good luck, everybody.
All right, you got it, my man. Just just reminding everybody out there that there's more than just picking horses that are live. You got to get a trip too, and sometimes you just don't. And that happened yesterday, but those 2 horses were both live yesterday. All right, we're going to come back with Rich Eng. I'll bet you he's got a football pick for us today. All the good college games going on, and of course horses as well. Don't go away.
Thank you, buddy.
There are many families that need your help. I'm Mark Wahlberg, and I'm asking you to support the Tunnel to Towers Foundation in their efforts to deliver mortgage-free homes to catastrophically injured service members, Gold Star, and fallen first responders families with young children, as well as eradicating homelessness amongst our veterans.
Everybody knows where the money's going. Every single dollar. God bless you.
Please contribute $11 a month to support their efforts by visiting t2t.org.
Are you ready to lock in your bets and cash in on the games this weekend? Get weekly football winners from Alex White, Chris Andrews, and Vinny Malulo.
I did take the dog 3.5.
I'm going to stay with the Colts here. That's definitely going to be one of my plays.
If the Bears have turned the corner, they have to take care of business in this game.
Yes.
Tune in for behind-the-book perspectives you won't find anywhere else.
Well, if you're looking to bet the under, you're going to get a better number.
The wise guys are certainly not going to play the favorites.
I know if it hits 7, don't blink. Maybe that's what bettors are waiting for.
Every NFL matchup, every college game that matters, the spreads, the stats, and the smart money plays.
Is there a way to bet against both teams?
Get your winning edge with Football Frenzy, streaming on YouTube every Friday at noon Pacific.
All right, back on Race Day Las Vegas. Time to go out to Rich Eng standing by. Richie, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Ralph. Good morning, viewers. Good morning, listeners. And to get started off, I want to make one quick editorial comment about Kilmer and the fact the stewards voted 3-0 to declare him a starter and a non-starter. They were interviewed by the TVG analysts afterwards, and the reason that they kept Kilmer up and not as a non-starter was they said Kilmer caused his own problems. Well, the thing is, remember this as a horse player, because if this becomes the rule rather than the exception moving forward, then there will be very few horses declared non-starters, because when you think about the starting gate and incidents, it's almost always the horse that causes his own problems, and the starting gate attendant has to hold on to the reins for a fraction of a second longer, a second, maybe 2 seconds, for the safety of the horse and the safety of the rider. And if the stewards don't declare those horses non-starters, then the horse player is going to really get screwed again and again and again.
Not to mention the fact that if the horse, you're right, horses 90% of the time cause their own problems in the starting gate, but that's what you got the guys in the stall for. That's what you got the starter for. The starter's supposed to look over, and if something's happening, the guy, the attendant in the stall just screams and yells, "No, no, 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 no!" You know that's happening. And so, you're right. I just don't want to go into it, but you're right. And that explanation didn't cut mustard, that's for sure. Hey, look, we're getting into the part of the season where all these college football games are starting to really mean something. We got some really good games today. I know that Florida and Clemson is going to be a good game, that's for sure. And, of course, BYU and Texas Tech, that ought to be a goodie, although Texas Tech is started out as over a 10-point favorite in that race. In that game. I don't know why. And, of course, Oregon and Iowa, big game there as well. And, of course, Notre Dame's going to play Navy, but Notre Dame's a huge favorite in that game to win. So where are we going with the pick today?
Yeah, you're right about the importance of the games, Ralph, because last weekend they had the first release of the standings for the college football playoffs. Even though the rankings right now may not look anything like, at the end of the season when they finally declare who's in and who's out, at least it's a starting point. But the game we're going to go with today, Ralph, is game 155, 156 in the college football rotation. Georgia at Mississippi State. I bet this game, Mississippi State plus 9.5. I've already seen 10s around town, Ralph. So if you like Mississippi State, get the 10. If you like Georgia, get the 9.5. But the SEC games, Ralph, they're every single week is life and death for these SEC favorites. And road and home dogs are especially dangerous. I'm going to go with Mississippi State.
You're going home dog, Mississippi State, and taking the 9.5. And out there, folks, you might be able to get the 10. So
Yep.
Mississippi State is the play in college football. Well, let's hope that we don't have a horse that's going to cause problems in the starting gate and gets a clean break today. Where are we going?
Let's go to race number 1. It's a mile on the grass. Let's go with the rail horse. The 1 is My Perfect Wave. This horse has sprinted twice, now stretching out on the grass. I think gets the kind of rail trip that I like at a mile. Maybe Umberto Rispoli can sit a pocket trip, sit in second, third, fourth, down on the inside, and then angle out for a room at the top of the stretch. 1, My Perfect Wave, race 1.
All right, easy to remember. Race 1, number 1, and at the first post time. Remember, folks, earlier now with the daylight savings, the regular standard time, I should say, the shorter days. The 1 in the first race, first post time is 12:30. That'll be our singleton and the early pick 5. Hey, and don't forget, Richie's got selections for all the rest of the races as well at Del Mar on the RacedayLasVegas.com websites. Okay, thanks a lot, Rich. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Hey, thanks, Rob. Good luck, everybody.
All right, you got it, my man. We're going to take one more break, and when we come back, the closing act we got, John and Jerry. Don't go away.
South Point is also proud to provide a variety of relaxing amenities for the guests who want to be pampered. Soak up the sun and let your stress melt away in our lagoon-style paradise swimming pool. A relaxing getaway where you can bask in the desert sun and enjoy seasonal food and bar service poolside. And if you really want to escape, come to Spa Costa del Sur. From couple suites to a co-ed wet area, our spa caters to business and leisure travelers who want to unwind and elevate their senses. A visit to one of our spa's steam, sauna, or whirlpool treatment rooms will leave any guest feeling like they can take on the world.
The best part of the nighttime racing season at Los Alamitos is here, as the best quarter horses in the nation set to compete in our biggest race, like the Los Alamitos Super Derby, the Champion of Champions, and the Los Alamitos 2 Million Futurity. Plus, the best bets in night racing continue, like our early and late pick 4s, always with the best pools at night. And of course, our pick 6 promos on Sunday nights. The best part of the year is here at Los Alamitos.
The Race Day Las Vegas Show, the only exclusive daily local media racing information source in Las Vegas.
All righty, back on Race Day Las Vegas. Now we're going to go out to Southern California, where I think by the backdrop that John Lindo might be in the press box at Del Mar, and I got a feeling it might be a little chilly there because it looks like he's got a jacket on as well. Good morning, John.
Good morning, Ralph. It's just foggy down here this morning. A lot of fog, and I can't, you can barely see the racetrack. So it'll clear off. It'll be good by post time.
I know the weather is supposed to be nice today. You're going to be in the 80s down there, but the 10-day forecast for Del Mar, there's a little precipitation that might work its way into next week down there in Southern California if the weatherman is right, and of course he could be as wrong as he was for the weather today at Aqueduct too.
Right, we'll have to play it by ear, but there is a little chance of rain, I think, next Thursday through Saturday. So we're watching it, and all we can do is train and get ready. We are entering today for Friday, so we'll see what the entries look like, and maybe they won't cart as many grass races in anticipation of that.
All right, John, I've asked everybody. I got to ask you because you picked this horse yesterday. Kilmer, what's the deal here? Your thoughts, your opinion?
Well, I have a biased opinion first. I'm probably not the best guy to ask because I had a vested interest in the race, but it was really hard to tell from the head on, what exactly happened. I understand what the explanation was. The only thing is, did the guy in the gate, the handler, have a hold of that horse's rein when they popped the gate? And that's what I couldn't tell. So I'm not going to say 100% there should be a non-starter, but I was leaning that way. So I'll leave it at that because I have a biased opinion. That's not fair.
Well, and we will take that politically correct assessment of it. But I can tell you this, people who didn't have a vested interest in it just thought that was the wrong decision. They should have made him a non-starter, especially with how the outcome of the race came. And that shouldn't affect the decision, but it would have been okay because the favorite won that race. And so if you declared him a non-starter, the people who had pick fours, pick fives, etc., with Kilmer would have went to the favorite and still be alive in their tickets as well. So it would have been a safeguard, I think, for everybody just calling him a non-starter. But that's my opinion. Anyhow.
History.
And what about the track bias? Do you agree that it was speed favoring?
No passing on the main track yesterday. Speed was awful good in the inside. There was nothing wrong with being inside on that. We'll see if it plays the same today. And I'm going to go with that assumption that the speed is going to be good until I see something different.
Well, John, you have a full Lindo report today. You have a Lindo report for the last 5 races at Churchill. You have a late pick 5 Lindo report for Churchill Downs, a separate one, a comprehensive one, but it's separate. And then you have a full Lindo report for all of Del Mar that includes a suggested late pick 4, the selections in all the races and all the goodie information. That also includes, folks, the ship and win horses that are down there, too. John puts that on his sheet as well. Comprehensive as it is, the Lindo reports, 2 of them, one for the late pick 5 at Churchill Downs and the other one for Del Mar. Both of them are available in only one place here in Las Vegas. It's right here at the South Point, and it's free of charge, complimentary to the horse players because they love horse players here, simply put. All right. Well, John, we've the Cary Grant, Judy is no longer. So now we got the Chosen Brawn. How do you see that race?
Well, first of all, I'm glad they named the race after the Chosen Brawn, one of my favorite Calbreds. And the way the track played yesterday, the favorite, number 5, Manor Rose, is going to be awful tough. He's quick. He's drawn outside the other speed. And if he makes the lead, you put the best horse on a track bias, you're going to have a problem beating him. The 3-year-old Shea Brennan got close to him on the grass coming down the hill in the California Flag. He's a better horse on dirt. And he's got a chance to make up the deficit, but he's going to be coming from off the pace. So if you like Manor Rose or you're trying to beat him, watch those early dirt races. Yeah, and Shea Brennan has the luxury of breaking from post 1, so he'll be down on the good part of the track. So maybe he can get the footing just as well down on the inside if he can get through for that race, the Chosen Brawn. All right, let's get a pick from you. All right, I'll go to Churchill Downs first. Churchill Downs, race number 10, the Dream Supreme Stakes. Number 9, Minx Palace, had to make an early move into a slow pace in the open mind there and got nailed on the wire. A lot different pace scenario today. They're going to be going fast early where she can just sit back and make the last run. 8-1 on the morning line. I like the way the race shapes up for number 9, Minx Palace, race 10 at Churchill Downs.
All right, 10th race at Churchill Downs, Minx Palace. Luis Saez aboard at 8-1. 10th race, the 9 at Churchill. And now we'll go to Del Mar.
Yeah, we sent in our picks to you last night, and I'm on the same horse as Richie in the first race. I like number 1, My Perfect Wave. Fan very wide coming off the layoff in a sprint, galloped out like she wants to go long. She'll just sit inside. There's some pace to set her up today. I think she gets a good trip in here. 3-1 on the program. Number 1, My Perfect Wave, race 1, Del Mar.
All righty, 2 handicappers landing on the same horse. That's Race Day Las Vegas's Good Housekeeping Handicappers approval. And that is, of course, in the first race, the 1 horse, number 1 in the first race at Del Mar with Umberto Rispoli aboard. Well, we're still waiting to see what Sovereignty is going to do.
Yeah, no word on him yet. Got my fingers crossed. Let's hope he comes back.
Yeah.
And if we can get him with those others, Baeza and Journalism, we could have an awful good group of older horses next year.
You better believe it. That's for sure. Hey, thanks a lot, John. Stay bundled up there, burn off that marine layer, and have a beautiful day of racing there at Del Mar. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
You got it, Ralph. Good luck today.
All right. Now we're going to go to Jerry Jacovitz, who is faithfully keeping his Las Vegas Raiders cap on. Jerry, good morning.
Good morning. Hey, they fired the wrong coach. That's looks like Pete got confused.
Oh, I see.
Gone over here.
Yeah, you think the other? Well, we'll see. There may be more than one.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. I said there was going to be maybe more than one firing.
Fire this coach because the punter takes so long to kick the ball.
Mm-hmm.
So, he's got to move his ass.
All I have to say is I do believe that there might be more than just one firing by the time this whole thing is over, but we'll wait and see about that. Jerry, did you notice a speed bias yesterday on the main track at Del Mar too?
Yeah, I kind of think so.
Yeah. Okay. Enough said there. We'll get to the picks now. Let's go to Aqueduct.
Well, interesting. It does resemble what happened last week during the Breeders' Cup. So in that regard, consistency is worth something to me.
Okay.
All right, let's go to the third at Aqueduct.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be very patriotic here. We'll go with the Stars and Stripes. Number 4 from Billy Mott's barn. This is an interesting play because I'm going to play the 4 over the 2-6. I'll reverse 2-6 over the 4. But I might actually like the 6 better than the 4 if the price is crazy. So keep that. I'm definitely going to have extra money on a 4-6-6-4.
All right, that's the Dwyer Stakes, third race on the card, a 1-turn, 1 mile at Aqueduct, and the 4 Stars and Stripes is your key horse in this race. Lascano riding there. With the scratch of numbers 3 and 5, you have the link-ups, only 2 horses, the 2 and the 6, the 4 over 2 and 6. Small reverse, maybe?
Yeah, sure. I mean, you got to figure, it's a lot about price, And it's not a bad idea to box 2, 4, 6 in a trifecta.
I don't think they'll have a trifecta. There's only 4 horses in the race.
Oh, okay. I didn't catch that scratch.
Yeah,
so,
2 scratches. The 3 and the 5 are scratched.
I'm sorry.
Dream on.
Yeah, sorry. Just try and figure out a play between the 4 and the 6. One or the other is going to be a good bet.
Okay. All right. We'll just leave it at that then at Aqueduct. In the Dwyer. All right, Del Mar.
I'm really very much in sync with John Lindo. We're really synced up these days. I like Shea Brennan a big time in the 8th today.
Okay.
That's the 1. I'm playing the 1 over the 2, 4, 5, and 7. Small reverses. I love this 3-year-old colt, and he seems to be getting really, really good. And I like his play in the first also.
Yes, I know you do. Not giving away too much, but he's got several of his symbol indicators on the 1 in the first race. Let's leave it at that for the power page as well. But in the 8th race, the Chosen Vron, you like the 1 also. The 1 in the 8th race over 2, 4, 5, 7, correct?
Correct. Very small reverses. I have a thing for this horse.
Okay. Enough for the thing for the horse. In any case, Jerry J's power pages for all of Del Mar and all of the Big A Aqueduct available right now at jerryjspowerpage.com. And he's got stars, he's got pop-out keys, he's got V's, so make sure you get the power pages and find out who they are at those 2 tracks. In the meantime, we'll wrap up this more of a laid-back Saturday from the equivalent of last Saturday with his last word.
Have a great race day, everybody.